Hello, Newport, and welcome to From the Desk of the Mayor. Thank you, NEK-TV, for allowing me this opportunity to keep Newport updated. I know that we have had a fantastic 4th of July. Thank you to all who put together those fireworks, to all of the people who came out. It was so wonderful seeing everybody outside for 4th of July. We were totally celebrating independence, and we thank everybody who fought for us to give us that freedom. It was wonderful to see everybody out as well for the first Wednesdays on the waterfront. How wonderful was that? People going to the food trucks, to the restaurants, listening to music, mingling, just having a wonderful time. Newport United with tourists joining us. I mean, it was just an amazing event, and we always thank the organizers for that great event. So I look forward to seeing you all Wednesday night, there again, and we have it through I think now it goes through the second week in August, so I believe we've got it a little bit longer than usual, an extra week or two. So it's absolutely fantastic. I do want to thank our council members for coming to the special meeting last night. We had a lot of work to do. I want to thank our city manager for crunching some numbers for us and our treasurer for working so diligently to get us the information that we needed. On the special agenda last night was a tax anticipation note line of credit that the council had full discussion on. There's still going to be a lot more discussion going forward, but that vote took place and we actually acted on it so the treasurer can proceed to perform his duties for the benefit of the city. We are not making anything a priority over looking at the compliance and the numbers and the accounting to make sure that the city is ready to go forward with grants and just do good things, and we are being as diligent as we can. It is a lot of work, but we have the professionals on board, the council, as well as in staff, and so we are definitely going to be focusing on that as promised. We want to make sure that there's no fraud or abuse and that we are a compliant city. So thank you for bearing with us, and thank you for the great compliments saying that you appreciate our transparency, because we are there to hear you. Remember, the council meeting is for the business of the council members, but when you stand up and you give us appropriate comments that relate to agenda items specific, it's helpful. We hear you. Okay, remember, your comments are not a question and answer period. Sometimes there will be a response from me if it is something that is specifically needed to be addressed. But we take it in and we listen and we talk about it and put it on additional agenda items or discuss it. So please come out. But remember the purpose. It is for the council members to get business done. And so I ask you to please remember that and be helpful. I also want to thank everybody for coming out to the mayor's meetings. Monday from 9 to 11, it is just fantastic to see all these new faces coming out. I've been told it's a breath of fresh air. Well, you're the breath of fresh air. So thank you, because that's how we get things done. We listen, I hear what you have to say, and we can act on it. Wednesdays, I have reserved from 9 to 11 for the mayor's hours by appointment only, because sometimes there are bigger issues or I may need to go out and see something that is part of the discussion. So please, if it's a Wednesday appointment you need, please contact me ahead of time so I can arrange to get you in on a Wednesday. But otherwise, please come to Mondays. They are just open and it's wonderful, and you get to meet other residents and you get to hear their concerns, and you know what? Sometimes they align with yours, and sometimes I have found that residents are helping one another, and that's what we want. We want Newport to be united. We want Newport to be the city that people can live, play, and stay. So please, we're here. We're working hard. It takes time, but we are fixing what needs to be fixed. I do want to go a little bit into a different mode in this from the mayor's desk, because I have something I would like to read to you. And I think it's important that everybody is reminded. When the city council or other elected officials come on board, they're given an oath. And I have received some letters from residents where they have some questions about things. And I do want people to understand that there is an oath that we do take, and we believe it. And we are working together, and we do still have this oath in place. So when we are elected, the treasurer swears us in. And the oath says that we solemnly swear or affirm that we will faithfully execute the office of a city council member within and for the said city, and will therein do equal right and justice to all persons to the best of our judgment and ability according to law. And then we swear. And we swear under penalty of perjury. And the key there is that we sincerely believe that we will go forward and work for you. We will not discriminate. We will think logically. We will apply the law. And sometimes the law is open to interpretation, and we have to use our expert city attorneys to help us make those decisions, and we do. So please, if you hear any other legal mumbo jumbo out there, okay, please come back to me, speak to me, because we are using experts in this field to guide us. I do want to address some questions that we received, the council received, regarding a uncomfortable situation going on between two council members. And the person's questions, I think, need some clarification, because this may be some of the confusion that's out there in the public. First of all, there appears to be, or was, a misunderstanding by this person that the constable appointment was in conflict with our charter. So just based on the charter alone, that is inaccurate. It wasn't a charter issue. It is further looking into interpretation of two different statutes that could become a gray area and give a right to an argument. So conservatively, after discussion, in a very short period of time with no action taken, the council member who was appointed the constable resigned. And we can go forward now, and we are charged to go forward now to find another constable. We do have the authority to appoint officers and any other position that we like. So we can, based on the charter, appoint a constable second if we like, or anything else. And I do want to bring some of these points to your attention, because I think it's important that you understand that the charter is just not to run amok. The charter is there for a reason, and it clearly identifies the chain of command and how things work. And so I would like to bring up, because we do have officers that are appointed, we have them bonded now, we now have the school board trustees going out to be bonded. We are fixing things that are required by our charter. These are good things for the city. It's protective of the city. We are doing what we are charged to do. So for example, the superintendent of streets, this is what the charter says, is under the direction of the city council. And that is very important, because that person is an officer that was appointed and that was bonded, and that person is, by the charter, under the direction of the city council. It further says that the city council shall appoint, not may, shall appoint, and may remove at its pleasure and appoint others in their stead, a specific list of officers. It is very important that we just understand that there is a charter there for a reason. Well thought out. Yes, sometimes things become antiquated, but not to the point of affecting city operations. Okay? Maybe a position goes out and a new position comes in. Those are all things that the council can address based on the powers of the charter. So I want you to understand that this charter is the guide for authority and directives that are given by the mayor and the council. It is the mayor's responsibility, and I take this very seriously, to look at issues of the city, the finances of the city, and then make the decision on what needs to be brought to the council for their understanding and their discussion to see if we need to take action or if action is not necessary. So when we have our council meetings, it is for the discussion of the council as I see things that are coming up. Or if a council member identifies something, they will get that to me and we will get it on the agenda. The mayor controls the agenda. The city manager can then make suggestions that they would like from his staff that he would like to see on the agenda. But the final agenda is the mayor's agenda to discuss the priorities with the council members. So I just want you to understand the purpose. And I really want you to understand that the council meetings are not to practice law or to give statements about, oh, I said this and I said this, and that's, whatever someone's interpretation is, it's not always accurate because there's 5,000 versions of a story. So please, we are working so hard for you. My council members are coming in for special meetings. They're now number crunching. They're now asking phenomenal questions. They're energized. All they want to do is follow their oath and do right by you. And so I ask, come to my mayor's meetings. Come and speak to me, okay? Mondays from 9 to 11, I am there. We really, really want to help move Newport forward. We are waiting for a new redevelopment plan to come out. We're excited about that. It's been funded. So everybody wants the same thing. The president of the council and myself and the organization, Downtown Newport, and I always never remember the exact name, okay, who our council member, Rick Ufford Chase, is also a part of. They're working hard, and we met with, the group that was retained to put together our revitalization plan. So everybody is working behind the scenes. Sometimes you don't appreciate how much time the president of the council puts in, council member Curtis puts in. You don't understand the time that council member Rick Ufford Chase puts in. We are working to come together to have a common goal with your input. Our council members are always going to have different points of views, different questions, and hopefully we get to the resolution that works for the city. Having a council that is just arguing over things because they're pretty much something that they don't like, no, not good. Not good at all. Stop the distractions, please. We are a council that needs to work for the city. We are a council that wants to hear from the city, okay? So all we want is a prosperous Newport. And we are going back and looking at specific accounts. If there were funds that were used from accounts that maybe shouldn't have been used, that process has stopped. We are going to make sure that everything is done appropriately and in compliance. It is very important to understand that the council members are now using their liaison assignments to learn about the different departments. We need to understand how those departments work, and there's a rotation in place for that purpose. It is the mayor and the president of the council that makes those decisions and decides. We voted on the fact that we wanted to have the liaison, and both the president of the council and I put together the rotation. Okay, that is a council decision. That is what the council is doing for you. We are going out and learning about the different departments so that we can best help when it's time to get the different departments money, understanding their budgets and their needs. We need to see why certain things may not be fixed, why things need to be a priority, and we're hearing from you, and we are attentive. I do want to give a big shout out to our police chief. Once again, always making sure that our city is safe, because safety is the priority. And I want to thank all of you residents, because I know you do care about the city, and I have seen a huge change. When you come to me and you speak to me, you're engaged. And I thank you for that, and I am proud to be your mayor. So have a fantastic week. Thank you.